In other news, the South Korean stock market soared past the 4,000 mark for the first time on this Monday. Our correspondent Kim Do-yeon has the latest.
South Korea's benchmark KOSPI surpassed the 4,000 mark for the first time on Monday, driven by expectations of a U.S China trade deal and gains on Wall Street. The index opened strong, staying above 4,000 for the entire session and hitting a new intraday high of 4,042.83, where it closed. This year's rally marks a surge of around 68% from its closing point of 2,400.86 on January 2nd. The milestone also comes just over 4 months after the KOSPI returned to the 3,000-point range.
It appears there are expectations that the summit between President Trump and President Xi Jinping will yield positive results. Furthermore, continued optimism for the semiconductor industry, particularly the so-called supercycle, is driving foreign capital inflows and leading the domestic market's push past the 4,000 mark.
Samsung Electronics also made history as its share price broke 100,000 won since its last share split. This pushed its market capitalization to 597 trillion won, or about 417 billion US dollars. Samsung's shares closed at 102,000 won. SK Hynix also rose, with the market closing at 535,000, a gain of 4.9% compared to the last session's close. Together, the two chip giants account for approximately 32% of the KOSPI's entire market cap. The surge is attributed to a recovery in the semiconductor industry and resurgent competitiveness in high-bandwidth memory chips. Analysts note that significant supply increases from major memory producers, including Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, face fiscal constraints in the short term, with new supply possible only from the second half of 2026 at the earliest. Memory prices are expected to continue rising until the end of that year. Therefore, earnings estimates for Samsung and SK Hynix are likely to be revised upward, with the semiconductor sector's rally forecast to continue into 2026, outperforming the main index. Kim Do-yeon, 아리랑뉴스.